What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Another episode of Dot Connect Wednesdays. This is episode 31. Today, we're going to be talking to you guys about a couple things that's going on in crypto. So, a couple news and updates. And we're going to give you guys some updates concerning in-house Sky and Crypto University, some things we're working on and what's to come with us. Steve is he's going to quarterback this one. So, I'm kind of a fly on the wall, but I'm a bomb on y'all.
All right. All right, let's get the crypto news out the way. The past week was a little busy. Just want to make sure you guys didn't miss the stuff. So first of all, Coinbase is going to delist 80 trading pairs, right, on October 16th. So in a couple of weeks, guys, Coinbase is going to delist about 80 trading pairs, right? So you're probably asking yourself, what does this mean? Just the fact that we have 80 trading pairs tells you how robust this market is, right? So what's happening is when you have this much trading pairs, there's liquidity that's being spread out amongst many different trading pairs. So this is all part of what I call Operation Choke Point at the end of the day, right? So Coinbase clearly is in bed with the government. Coinbase is in bed with Circle, which is USDC. And this is their way of starting to draw down the liquidity inside the market, guys. So you have to pay attention. I'm not going to say this is a good or a bad thing. I'm just telling you that we're headed in the right direction, right? Do I agree with choking out certain parts of crypto? For sure, right? Champ and I've been told you, if you're on the 1%, the saying is 99% to die. So this is nothing new to us. But when you start to pare down on the trading pairs, it's going to make it easier for regulators to come in because they may not even have to come in at the end of the day. So if you can't get listed on an exchange, it's nothing to talk about at that point. So just watch for that liquidity to start moving to USDC. And Champ, if you want to take a snapshot of just what the market share for them is currently and what percentage they stand at, I can almost guarantee that you're going to see a spike in well, it's inevitable, right? You're getting rid of 80. Where are they going to go? They're not adding 80 back. So follow that, guys. And then some of it is like against Tether. So this is a game changer too, right? Champ's always telling you that Tether's what's propping up Bitcoin. So it's beginning.
Absolutely.
I can drop the article in the chat. And please just at least click on it and pull it off. We get a lot of people that hit us in the background like, yo, what's up with those links? I guess if you do watch the replay, we got to start hosting those links so people can see what goes on in the chat. The chat's usually on fire. All right, so that's one. Champ, you got anything to add to that?
Nah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. It's just, you guys got to start being more conscious and more aware. You know what I mean? You can't, at this point in time, you really can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You guys have to actively be present when it comes to crypto, because at this time, you're about to start seeing a lot of changes happen. Steve's going to go over a couple other things, and then I'll wait to kind of tie that in. But for the most part, you're seeing trading pairs kind of dismantle. You're seeing crypto projects die and become obsolete. You're seeing a lot of delistings that's going on, and it's not just with one exchange. You're about to start seeing them on multiple exchanges. So like it's game time, right? So you really have to be present, and I'm doing my part now. I'm gonna make sure that I'm more present and stepping it up when it comes to spots, because there are going to be some new projects that have emerged, some that are I'm not going to say we're going to chase green candles. I'm just saying I know that some of these new projects that's going to come out, they're going to have a lot of profitability, and you have a lot of opportunity there. So we're going to do our part with presenting you with new projects, and we're big on use case. So Steve and I, that's what we started on. That's what we stand on. So it's not going to be none of that meme nonsense. We get busy again. It's back to spots. So that's my little input right there.
All right, two major things that happened with XRP this week, if you guys are tracking.
Yes, sir.
So they got the license approval in Singapore, and the SEC appeal was rejected by the judge. So that's that. Now, they're not, the Supreme Court's not even going to waste its time on that. They got their hands full too. But that's going to be a conversation for another day, because we definitely got to, you got to watch what the Supreme Court is doing. The political landscape is going to change the financial landscape. It's going to change the way we access or get access to money, right? Since I kind of touched on it, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but you start to look at how they're rolling back a lot of things, right? So, you know, for many laws on the books assisted us in getting into a lot of their institutions, right? Because they had to meet a quota and check the box off. I was never in agreement of just being given a handout at the end of the day, just to make things fair, right? Because then, you know, how fair is it? Because once they leave those institutions, those guys are still at the bottom half of the, you know, the 1% in the minority pool. And then they got to, God knows what they got to deal with, you know, and most of those people are completely lost. They don't really even come back, you know, to where they came from. And I'm not saying all of them come from those circumstances, but if you can't make it into, you know, to Harvard just on whatever the accord is, then it's never something that I wanted to stand on. It's just as a person. At the end of the day, I've never been involved in I've never bought into the idea of a cosign. Like I don't. It's not my thing. I get what I get because I work hard for it, not because you're trying to check off a box. So you start to see these rollbacks, and I'm all for it, but I have a different vantage point than most people. And I get it. It does give opportunity, but then on the flip side, I'm watching how they're these two sisters that owned a venture capitalist fund, you know, they called it, you know, opportunities for women of color, right? And then now Asian group went after them, and everybody's just trying to throw their hat in the ring now to test that the political power. So it's like, on one end, you take this power away, then you start to see us navigate our own waters for each other, and then all of a sudden now that could be a little murky. So, I mean, what are we supposed to do at the end of the day? Right? I mean, what are we supposed to do? We got they're rewriting words and making new definitions to it. So that minority stuff is dead. That's white male is minority in America now. Right? Woke culture, like they just take the words and they mangle it and then they spit it back out. The shit is like old warfare, man. Shit, horse and carrot stuff, but I'm gonna address it next week. We're gonna get into those heavy topics. It's not for the faint of heart. This is an open platform for people to. I don't care which side of the aisle you're on. Let's just have conversation. Is what could continue to come closer to an understanding. We could agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have to act like people aren't pitting us against each other to where we can't even acknowledge that we all have something to add to this system. Point in turn, some kid hits me, a couple kids, when I posted the Haiti situation the other day, and I'm Haitian American, first generation. So, not to get into the story, but they're like, "Oh, yeah, I followed you for crypto stuff, not for your personal political views, that type of stuff. I'm going to unfollow you." Listen, first of all, just unfollow me. It wouldn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? But the reason I do want to address it is what does matter is everybody wants a particular message to come from a particular person. Right? Oh, well, that person is such and such, and it's like, chill with the affiliations. Just sometimes just listen to a message. I don't care who it's coming from Instagram. Close your eyes. Right? Just listen to the message. Not, oh, that's Joe Rogan, I don't agree with it. Yo, we're headed into bad times right now where we can't even have open conversations. Everything is 160 characters. Everything is a cancel. Everything is guys in my inbox like, oh, I can't repost that or I'll get fired. I mean, social credit system is right here. That shit starts in the mind. You feel me? There's no one that can impose will on you. The shit starts here. If I'm not having it, I'm just not having it. I go next door with that shit. Actually, go down the street. Now I'm up. So you just like, you came here for the future of finance and then something rubbed you the wrong way on another end. I mean, good luck. You know what I'm saying? I got the time to block you now. Make sure that you don't get no access to my information or what we put out. I'm not losing anything at all. You're going to get these political views. The silence is what's got us losing right now out here. Right? The silence is what's got us losing. And then you got a few that got some big balls online. And then the rest of them are just quiet. So whether you have an opinion and it's against the grain, it's whatever. But when you don't have an opinion and you kind of you're being forced into not taking a stance on it, that's whack. I'm gonna call that out every day.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I noticed, champ? It always comes down to one thing, and it's really just their anything that's tied to their ability to make money.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying? So you guys really want all this wealth that people talk about on these other platforms? Are y'all truly ready for that?
Many aren't, man.
Y'all don't even know what comes along with that sort of situation. All right, so listen, XRP got a license. I'm telling you, we got a couple more years. When this train take off, there's going to be some new wealth in the world, and I'm connected with a lot of the brothers that's going to have this wealth, and we move differently. You know what I'm saying? I would say for the last 2 decades, shit got goofy. I swear to God, since rap went to Atlanta, and nothing against rap in Atlanta. I'm just telling you that's the point where I was like, this shit is goofy. I'm in Miami looking like everybody from every other city. I'm like, this ain't it. It's never been right since the throwback day. XRP gets his license in Singapore. Guys, this is big. Even in Japan. Japan put out a statement the other day, said 100% of our banks are going to be using XRP by 2025.
SBI, let's go.
That's it.
That's it.
So if y'all don't know anything about the liquidity coming out of that country, then you might want to do some research. Okay. And then the SEC, I don't know. After this is a Supreme Court at this point.
So they got one more. They got one more. And I'm gonna call it an anthill that they got.
Okay.
There's a couple more particulars and nuances in the case that they have to address, and they marked it for April of 2024. So once that's completed, everything's done. But at this point, the price went up because the SEC got rejected. So that was the good part. So for the most part, just know XRP is not a security. The old sales, I guess they're trying to figure out what they're going to deem it as, not to go too deep into it, but they're trying to figure out what's going to be defined if they slap Ripple on the wrist for anything. But XRP is golden. It's got to pass. So now you're going to start to see other countries begin to like kind of over implement everything that's going on with XRP. So now you're really going to start seeing a lot of volume. Volume is up 15,000%. And in general, right, over the last year and a half, it's up 1,500% in the last 4 months, right? So ever since we got designation, it's already up 1,500% in volume. So you're starting to see more transactions, more cross-border payments and remittances get settled, and they're all also using it. So this is go time. Like this is it. This is when you're really going to start seeing stuff. And I wouldn't get too excited, but this is the time where you're supposed to make sure you're properly positioned, because anything outside of this, you're really playing yourself.
So this is a good segue, right? So part of the 1%, guys, we have people who, if let's say if I have 10,000 XRP in my holdings right now, and then you have 100,000, right? I could still amass more wealth than you based on information and knowledge that I have, because this guy at 100,000, his sell points might be 350, right? $5. Because we have guys that we know, that are actually funding this through loans, so they're paying every month on top of this. So it's like, yo, when the big money finally hits and you turn over, that pump the other day to 90 cents, guys were up quarter of a million, $500,000. That's kind of a tough one to try not to not pull on a day like that. Right. And you had enough days to pull, and you had enough liquidity coming out of no matter what exchange you would have went to, you would have been able to get that thing off.
Absolutely.
So with that said, if that guy with the 10,000 with the 100,000 versus my 10,000, if my sell point on average is 75, or I'm not even selling, right? Because I stayed in the 1% and we gave you guys lifetime membership. So we're going to constantly be talking to each other, even when the bag hits, right? PricewaterhouseCoopers is giving this much per year to stake your XRP. This is happening, right? There's XRP ETF that's about to, there's XRP hedge fund that's about to launch. So you know what these ETFs do for the liquidity of projects at the end of the day, right? Bitcoin is nothing more, like Champ says, is a psyop, and I'm dead set on that. I'm dead set on it. It's just put here to undermine what this industry really is. You know what I'm saying? Which is blockchain technology, which is DeFi, which is smart contracts. Right? When you start to understand how those work, then you start to understand how they integrate within real world, and then you start to see opportunity that's not here. Right? You start to see certain industries that are going to get phased out, so you could put yourself in positions to put puts against those. Right? Or if you work in those industries, you start to make the adjustment. So when we tell you that we're giving you lifetime membership, this is not for play. It's just things are kind of flat right now in the sense of information. But after we finish, and we're going to make an announcement about the boot camp, but after we're laying that boot camp to rest now. We need to get into like the deep dive, right? Start to understand like what these things really are, start to be in position to really, like we got to build projects in here. I don't want to just be an investor who knew about certain things. I want to be able to build ecosystems and figure out ways that you know, places and things that can grow our money within the space without having to rely on, you know, our counterparts to always kind of come in and create shit. No more cosigns. We working for ours.
Absolutely.
So the XRP thing was big. You got anything else to add to it?
Nah, I mean that was it. I just wanted to piggyback off the building upon the ecosystem part. It's the most important thing that's to come. The opportunity is already there. We already told you guys about tokenization, and you know we kind of dabbled into it. But as time progresses, we're gonna definitely get more expansive. But it's really time to grow wide and vertical. The reason being is because a lot of these industries are going to be impacted. A lot of the businesses that you currently utilize right now, if they don't already come on and adapt to blockchain, smart contracts, distributed ledgers, and things like that, it's over for them. They become obsolete. But then you still have the need for those services that currently exist. So that's where building comes into play. You start to create opportunities for yourself.
Listen, the biggest news came out of DC this week. The biggest crypto news came out of DC this week. Does anybody know what that news is? Because it's the part nobody's talking about. Nobody? You could unmute.
Or drop it in the chat, one or the other. All
right, listen, for the first time in over 200 and something years, right? The United States House of Representatives they ousted him. They voted, right? So the kid Matt out of Florida, you gotta watch how this shit plays out, right? So he's grandstanding right now because he wants the governor's job in Florida, right? That's where his aspirations are. So he puts together this thing and say, yo, listen, we got to get this guy out of here, right? And then what the Republicans do, they say, yo, let's vote right now on the floor. So boom, he's out. But what you have to realize is this McCarthy guy hated cryptocurrency. He was not with the crypto, right? So this is where you have to, this is as far as Steve will go into politics. I don't care about nothing else. I just want to know what they think about crypto, right? So the new guy that's in right now is the speaker from the current speaker. He's from California, right? And take his name down, guys. Kevin McCarthy. Okay, Kevin McCarthy
out of NC
is I'm telling you, Google can't copy his name and put that in the chat for them. I want you guys to Google who this guy is, right? So the reason it's important is because he's the current leader of the House Financial Service Committee. That's one of the most powerful groups in Washington right now, right? So honestly, if Trump wanted to like really come back in, the most powerful position he could be in is by coming and becoming the Speaker of the House, right? If Donald Trump did that, that'd be a super win for him, and everybody knows this. So you see that the shit was just shifted, right? So the next two big dogs that are up, the interim guy now, and then the next guy, they're both pro crypto guys, right? So the McHenry guy, he's always been a vocal advocate of cryptocurrency, right? He even put together a frame. He was with the guy that created one of the frameworks, you know, for American crypto regulations. Because he's like, yo, y'all better get to this now. right? And that bill was kind of what got him into that role of congressman at that point now, right? Because now you're just talking about somebody that's has a vision for things for America. So we got a big dog right now. Like, that's a big dog. The only thing I would ask is if y'all gonna go out and vote, just don't throw the shit away, right? Y'all know what I'm saying right now. I don't got to go too deep. Just stop throwing it away to those guys. Trust me when I tell you. You can't fight a war without currency and money, right? That other side is not trying to let us eat like that. So it's pivotal that we take back control, because we're going to enter. These guys are ultimate capitalists. You understand? So once they start connecting all them dots, which they already know, but they just got to really connect them, and everybody gets their money stuff in play. Nancy Pelosi's on the head of the crypto committee. Like, these are big dogs in the stock market. Trust me when I tell you, this shit's about to be a go. Like a political go. You're gonna be like, oh shit, oh, you won't even have time to sell. That's how much they're gonna run up. Trust me.
This is when it gets fun. So
this is part of the 1% where we do research like this, right? So I just decided to just give this. This is really some 1% stuff. We start connecting dots. Now you start to understand how much more value said asset could be worth. That's what you're paying for in the 1%, right? Because you've heard some of the names, gave you XRP, but that doesn't mean that you know it. Mm-hmm. And then it's a community where everybody digs in and brings information back. So, y'all better stop playing too. My 1%, y'all not coming back with anything. I'm about to hire AI bot to scan. Now I'm being serious. That's what artificial intelligence is there for. Scan the internet and bring back the information.
Mm-hmm. No.
That's been the biggest news in crypto this year that's not talked about. Right? That's a power move.
Yeah.
There's no logo on that shirt. No logo.
And the wild part about it is, when news like this comes out, this was just yesterday. When it happens, a lot of times these people will cover it, but they're not deep diving. They're not connecting dots whatsoever. So you really don't know like how big certain news can be. You know what I mean? Until you actually start kind of assessing what's going on. You see the landscape for what it is. You see the players and the partnerships between these guys. Like, that's where it matters. So, I'm actually glad this was Steve's call to do Dot Connect tonight. Just to re-engage, tap in with everybody, and let y'all know that there's big things that's happening, but they're flying under the radar because a lot of people are not paying attention. You're not aware of what's happening. So, big salute for this, bro.
I'm telling you guys, you got to start following you got to get into the political game right now. If you're holding this bag and you want to know who's going to usher us into the future, this is a big election cycle. It's already written, don't worry about it, but I'm just telling you, just at least be kind of hip to it.
Right.
So this guy would then take you on this ride. So we really do need this guy in, right? That's the heaviest position in DC right now. And it's a pro crypto guy, so I'm happy about that today. XRP sold out on Link2, fully subscribed again.
Nice.
Right. I can sell my bag right now and make 60% on it. Right now. For my entry point. But we told them they didn't want to listen.
That Link2, man, y'all sleep.
That shit boomed to $900 a share in the opening day. Yeah. I've been telling them. And the crazy part is, you don't even have to be accredited right now. They found a loophole. $2,500 non-accreditation. My God, they want everybody to have these shares.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna dump on them shares though.
Oh yeah. Anybody who got in early and they did what they were supposed to do,
I'm out.
They work. Yeah, they out.
I'm out. I got a sales order right in. All right, so Coinbase, right? Back to Coinbase again. So the first thing they did was delist over 80 projects. Operation Choke Point. Champ, you could break that down in a minute. But Coinbase latest offering is futures, right? So we're in the process of redoing our futures training course now, moving over to some other exchanges. I'm still trading on KuCoin. So once we get all that stuff done, shit, you might be able to go over on Coinbase, but it's going to be international clients first. Right. So this is a good way that this is a big move on Coinbase. Right now, if I was to, and I just thought about this, I'm going to long a Coinbase position. This is going to bring a lot of liquidity in the market. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. That's an undervalued stock. Champ, check the price for me today.
On link to?
No, Coinbase, stock coin.
Gotcha.
Ticker. Yeah, guys. So we've been doing futures for 2 years,
70.
right? I call that the past.
We at 73.47 right now.
That's undervalued.
Yep.
Wait till the numbers come up after the futures trading. I know money's gonna flow through that thing. They're gonna be cheating over there too.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know they Aladdin and all that, the custody and all the big dogs and all that. They holding crypto. They gonna funnel in. So
this all big money's gonna come into that one. Yeah, it's like crypto futures is all kind of a manipulated game by the exchanges too. Just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they always pulling something slick, but you can make really good money if you're disciplined. Easy. So that's it on the crypto side. All right, you want to head over to Skype and business?
Yeah,
we drop this link in there, guys. We just updated the Bootcamp 101. So if you already have the login, go back in. We marked off what was new. So it'll have asterisks and it'll say updated October, whatever. Those are some new chapters or new lessons. We do have more that we're shooting. We're actually shooting the whole thing over. So, and then we're adding some case studies. I'm going to break down 3 projects, which we've already broken off. But part of us wanting to make this thing perfect, Champ knows, I'm like, I'm not feeling this. And so we've been at it, just trying to get this thing right. I'm dropping it in the chat now. We took it back to the basics. $97. No excuses. The reason why is because we're running out of time. Once these guys, the Operation Choke Point is happening right now. So, Champ, you want to break that down to them so they understand what it is?
Yeah, so essentially, Choke Point 2.0 is basically where they're going to shut out the retail investors. They're going to make it super hard for the average retail person to be able to purchase crypto and invest in crypto, right? It's going to start with certain cryptos. As you see, you're going to have massive delistings. Then after you have massive delistings, you're going to have scrutiny that's going to come from different governmental agencies, even though we still don't have regulatory clarity. And then they're going to shut off access to a whole bunch of on-ramp and off-ramps, which are cryptocurrency exchanges. These are going to be the places where you can invest in crypto. So then pair those two with a dynamic and changing cryptocurrency landscape, you now have no other place to go to be able to purchase. So what they're going to do is they're going to try to shut the faucet off. And then on top of that, you now have banks that are functionally insolvent, that have liquidity issues. So also your banks are now going to start having problems. You already had, I think, 2 banks in the last month and a half that just came out and stated that they were canceling. Chase was one of them. They said they were canceling cryptocurrency transactions, period. So anybody who banks with Chase, you might want to go somewhere else, or you might want to, have another account somewhere in the interim, because this is all happening now.
And listen, that was Chase US, but they've been doing that, right? They've been. I mean, that was Chase UK, but they've been doing that in the States. And the reason why we know is because it happens to us every day. Or you have to KYC in order to do this, or this bank is not accepting it. The bank keeps contacting me about fraud alert. I keep saying it's not fraud. They keep saying it is. I'm like, I did the transaction. Like, they're telling me what I could do with my money. I get it. You don't want to give money back if I lose. I'm not putting in a request. Then just make that the rule. Then, if you lose money in cryptocurrency, it's not insured.
Right.
I wouldn't fight it. I know what I'm getting into. So understand when when the retail money can't get in or it's slow to get in, what does it do to price? Right. And then when them boys start opening it up, the spigots that they want to open up and that liquidity right there waiting for that bell to strike. I don't want to do a bell. We got to do something different. I think that shit should be like a big ass bullhorn.
Bullhorn. There you go.
Right? Some shit's on top of the mountain shit. It should go on for like 35 seconds.
Yeah.
Charge you up, man. Yeah, so when they open up them spigots, that liquidity and everything's going to be in there. It's going to flow to certain exchanges, certain projects, the rise of certain industries, the collapse of a lot of projects, 99% of them. And then they're going. So it don't matter. You keep waiting for these prices, guys, and stop doing that. You're not going to be able to time this bottom. Because you're just going to get on one day like, oh, shit, I can't buy anything.
Yep.
It's happening. All my limits have lowered. All of them. Every exchange. And now they're holding stuff for however long, and it's a mess. But that's part of the game. So the boot camp, the reason for putting this price is you just need this in everybody's hands at this point. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a family member, like this is a no excuse price right now.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? The way it's set up, the people that had to deal with our first boot camp with all the files, and y'all worked for it. You know, I'm not saying that these guys aren't working, but this one definitely will keep you on the straight and narrow, and especially when we finish. And you get access to it. It's lifetime.
Lifetime access, yeah.
So I guess for as long as the company's up, like I wouldn't be wanting to pay the hosting fee, but we'll just give you the files. Yeah, I mean, you got the files. They download it.
They download it,
yeah. We just need people to get inside this course, understand what cryptocurrency is, and start being in position, right? Because the stuff that's attached to where we're going, that's the part. If enough people just kind of paid attention to it, you'll understand the sense of urgency and why Champ and I do what we do. Like you see the wild stuff that these guys are doing and saying right now. They can't even like hide the shit. You know, they're acting like it's a slip of the tongue. Maybe it's like, nah, this shit is a bad movie. You know, and like I told you before, if I was in charge, I would just shut this whole shit down. Like that ain't it. You know what I mean? I would literally, that'd be the first thing I'd do, because I know that this technology in the wrong hands with how they're trying to make us move right now. You're already seeing it, right? Congestion tax here in the city. You can't drive. You know, you're getting charged to do this. You can only eat but so much meat. Like, you know, the amount of carbon,
your footprint usage,
amount of space you could hold. Like, who the fuck is making all these unilateral decisions? Like, how do we not vote on this? You know what I'm saying? They're not even giving you no facts or circumstances. It's just like, yo, because of, you know, they'll say some old crazy shit. Cow manure is creating global warming. It's like, what? So they start a whole new tech food industry. Like, this is all stuff that was on the World Economic Forum 10 years ago. The food, like right where we're staying right here. So if y'all don't believe that, just go back 10 years to World Economic Forum and look at their 2020 agenda. Right? And then you'll start to see the pattern in that these guys don't miss. They're actually more powerful today than they ever were.
Oh, for sure. Right?
Because everybody's seeing the genius in it. You know, when you got Dumb and Dumber was out there at Davos, and they want to sit here and shame people for how they spend their time and why they're in a particular, you know, space, right? Because all of a sudden you hire them because you're in a different tax bracket now. But you forget that 99% of your people are in the position. You know, nobody wants to hear that shit, dummy. So if Champ and I go to Davos, we go into information, and we might even knock some dudes out depending on what we hear.
Straight up.
That type of energy and vibe. So I'm just tired of people being in rooms and not coming back with the information. So what was said? Because that room is a room, once you're in, you could see the future. because they telling you how they're setting up the plays. These are the wealthiest people in the world, the most powerful people in the world. So were you really there, or were you just on the grounds?
Mm-hmm. Right. Questions that need answers.
Make it make sense for you. Holding people accountable. So
listen, holding people accountable, that
rocket.
Listen, that right there, people hate it. So a lot of your favorite guys, right? And I'm not naming no names, but a lot of your favorite guys, like these guys are in position.
Champ will tell you, hold on, Champ, I'll be on Champ's neck. That's my guy right there.
Nah,
so imagine what I would do to somebody else.
Real talk.
Right? Okay. And not even in a bad way, just we're holding ourselves to just a different type of standard. Like, no, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm. And that makes us sharper. That makes us better. You know what I mean? It keeps us in alignment, making sure that we're always fixated and focused on you guys. You know what I mean? Doing what's best for the community, not just for ourselves, and not making missteps. It's like he definitely be on my neck, straight up. You know what I mean? I've never had that. I've never had somebody that just holds me extra accountable. That makes me go extra hard. You know what I mean? It makes me more efficient. It makes me better as a person. So I can appreciate it. But I do know a lot of these guys, they don't come from that cloth. They're not used to somebody just kind of holding their foot to the fire. So they just kind of do whatever they do and they think it's cool. But when you have people, you got a responsibility to these people. You know what I mean? It's your job. It's your duty, unwritten. You have to make sure that you're basically giving us the information. And if we the people that's supporting you and that got you to this level, you know what I mean? It's almost like you shitting on us. Come on, man. And these guys, they don't like that. So I be in their comments bombing. I don't care. I don't care who I offend. And I don't come on some craziness. You know, I don't come with bad energy. I come with true intention. It's like, yo, listen, this is fact. This is XYZ, right? And these guys still don't care. They still won't address it. People in their comments agreeing, liking it, engaging with it, and they still don't fix it. They still don't change it. Same thing that very next week.
My wife said something funny today, maybe yesterday in regards to that. She was like, it's like going to an AA meeting with a bottle of alcohol, just drinking it in front of people. You know, you earned your leisure. Got it. Yeah, we got it. You earned your leisure. You know, you got guys like Robert S. Smith getting on stage, and I gotta just, this guy, man, he's telling a crowd of people, this type of information you'll never hear from anybody. So when you invest in real estate, you have these type of tax benefits. Like, bro, this is what we invest in real estate for. Like, what else are we in it for? And he's acting like he just dropped a bomb on stage and people are clapping. And I'm just like, yo, man, turn this music down. At the club that was in front of us for 3 days, we had music all day blaring.
All day.
Not even the electric slide. It's mad different. What they call them, swing dances and all that. Seen them all. But to get back on cue, the information is at a lot of these big international conferences. So, Champ, you want to go inside the Discord? I think I put up the Frankfurt, Germany one. I gave that
Germany. Yeah, you dropped it in the beginning.
Yo, that joint was free online. Y'all better stop playing. Convert the time. Stay up. Do something. But I'm going to record those things too. I'm going to definitely record those. So, Crypto Assets Association is holding a conference in Frankfurt, Germany. JP Morgan, BSI, New York, Bank of Mellon, like the guys are in the building.
I just dropped the link.
Okay. Yeah. Circle. And they're talking crypto and integration, crypto and tokenization, crypto and this is everything that we need is going to be laid out for you, right here at this conference. Crypto Assets Conference, CAC. So it's running 2 days, the 17th and the 18th, guys. Right?
Yeah, the big dogs is definitely in the building.
You got the guys here, but it's really the topics, right? So right now it's free. If you click that link, sign up. You're gonna be added to the online situation. So it's we can go in virtual for free. And this is part of what's great with technology and how they're doing these trade shows nowadays. Because you really don't actually we're in the mini chat trade show now. The Instagram summit is happening now for marketers. So we have a whole login. You can see each day. You can go back to the day. Like it's super engaging. So we're going to start to share this information with you guys, and definitely hope that everybody, a lot of people can get on, so that way we can break down information, and more than one person could point out what they took out of it. Just wanted to kind of run some of the companies. BVI. God.
What, that's going to be at the conference?
Yeah, I mentioned Polygon is going to be there.
Oh yeah, you got BBVA. You had Goldman Sachs, Bank of New York Mellon, PwC. You had Arrow Capital.
Yeah, PwC. That's the one I wanted to throw out. Yeah, I've been tracking them with crypto for a while.
They're huge.
Yeah, so regulatory evolution for economic transformation. That's the first day. How blockchain is revolutionizing securities. Yeah, listen, that security market. Central bank digital currency, stable coins, tokenized assets in an unfiled ledger. Okay.
They better wake up. We've been
the evolution of the fund industry, right? So if I was a funding guy right now, I'd be listening to this stuff, but they're not going to hear it. So, I always said I didn't want to really get into a whole lot of different businesses, but Chip, I'm almost drawn to like plus up and just make quick exits.
Yeah.
Right. Because I've been telling these guys about it. So at this point now, it's like you can't even be on no, because you're just playing catch up. I'll sell it to you.
Yeah. For real, for real.
Yeah. So we'll get into the funding industry.
CO2. So I'm kind of eager for day 2 when they talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and before they go into DeFi. I want to hear what the talk is about. With the 2 assets, because ETH is still in beta and it's still overcharging people to this day. So I'm really, what I mean?
DeFi crypto markets and investing is big on day 2.
Mm-hmm. Web3, definitely Web3.
DeFi and the adoption in the real economy. This is it, guys. This is the biggest one of the year that's not talked about. Yeah, do the right thing. You'll get the information from us anyway, but just, if you can't hear it for yourself, because a lot of these things, they could be a little boring. They talking future now. It's here.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Right. They're not even trying to suppress the information at this point now, get your bags in order. Do not time this market, because if you can't find ways to onboard money, or you don't got stuff laying around, and even if you did, like I said, they'll turn the lights off on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it's going. Get that cold storage and keep it offline. I had mine in my EMF bag. It always stays in my EMF bag anyway.
Yeah.
But everything was off. Wi-Fi off, EMF bag, boom. Listen, somebody unmute. Did anybody have their phone off and it still went off when they put it on? The signal today.
That little FEMA alert or whatever.
Did that happen to anybody? I'm just curious. Because we heard that it happened to some people.
Yeah, a couple people in my comments on that last post I shared with everybody, they experienced that.
Who knows what it was about? They were testing the emergency broadcast system. So if anything was to ever go down in the world and that shit went off, good luck. Mm-hmm. That's like the worst fire alarm. That's every man for himself. Yeah, you want to get one of them little radios. That's what you want to get. The national broadcast radios with the antennas.
Mm-hmm.
They got battery operated ones, or ones that you kind of crank with a flashlight.
And radio.
But that's what you need, because they're not going to be able to get anything over the internet. They'll cut that whole system down.
Here it said they U.S. Bank sent them the text alerts around 2:45. What's crazy is it was supposed to be 2:20. I was turning my phone off at 2:18 and the alert came on. So I actually got the alert on my phone as I was turning mine
Oh
off.
man, you cook, bro. Why you get on here?
Yeah, nah,
Yo, 218. What? I was down way before that.
Yeah, now I was unplugging everything, but by the time I made it upstairs, everything was going off.
Oh man, that must have sounded like death.
Yeah, so the what is this joint called? The damn what's the joint? The Alexa went off.
What'd she say?
My wife's computer. It just the buzz, the alert came through. All
She
of
went
them.
through Alexa?
All of them. Yeah, the Alexa. I got the two downstairs cut off. The
Whoa.
one in Ashton room, but this one,
I've been told them out the house, man. You
yeah.
bugging.
And then we got Xfinity. We got Xfinity. So through that device, it went off, and then her phone was still on, plugged up. She was asleep, and that joint went off. It was traumatic in the house.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, you had one job, bro.
Shit, I did all the rest of the crib. I couldn't get to their shit. That's all good though. But I wanted to see. I actually wanted to see the alert anyway. So, I mean, it wasn't about nothing. But I still, just in case, like people was on under the post essentially, and it's like you're doing this for the sharing of vital information because you just never know what's happening. You don't know the backdoor dealings. You don't know what these guys are doing, right? And why they're doing it. They can release information to tell you, hey, we're doing this on a test day just because XYZ. But you truly don't know these guys' intention or what they're doing, right? And then it's just wild that they got access to everybody's smart devices and anything with a signal. You know what I mean? This is like, yo, think about the power behind that. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, I just start turning all that shit off on the phones. All it's over for that.
Yeah, you wouldn't get to it, bro. You'd be cooked.
Yeah, so somebody gonna have to call me.
They gave you the day and time, and he missed it.
Shit, I was making sure everybody else was good.
Specifically. Yeah, but it went through the house. You cooked, bro. I can't go over there for 30 days.
For those who he said that specifically for those who took the juice.
That frequency off in the crib, man. You need a tuning fork session in there. Yo, I'm telling you, man. So now let me stop. I went to the beach today. I was working.
Yeah.
I had to just get my feet in that sand.
That good grounding.
Man, it pulled everything out of me.
Yeah. That's what's
as much herbs as I take, I'm like, yo, what is going on with my sinuses right now? Like, yeah. I had something. I was out. Yeah, but I'm back. So that's all I got for them. Oh, let me drop the link to the boot camp. Again, listen, just get this out. Let's get this community together, and let's start phase 2, like we said, ushering you into the next year is going to be, because mind you, when everybody's coming into crypto, you don't want to, you're done with that. You want to be able, you want to be at that next level, and that next level is really building some sort of something on the infrastructure. It's wide open. XRPL, these guys are giving you money to come up with ideas, and they're helping you code it and plug it in. So it's all plug and play. If you want to start a ride sharing service, you can do it right now with the technology. Right now, cut Uber, cut all them guys up. Every time I get inside those cars, those guys are upset. That landscape's going to be flipped upside down. Ride sharing?
Oh, for sure.
Uber and them dead. Mark my words. The car maker is going to be the ride share. You know what I'm saying? You set your car. You just like, I let the car go out and make some money tonight. That's the future of ride sharing. So I said it. Add another one to the list.
All right.
Done. I'm out. Yeah, if you got anything else for him, champ, I'm that's it. We kept it light.
Yeah. Can you explain what you get? Access with the VIP.
So we got different channels in the VIP that aren't in the free Discord. You have the futures trading calls. Health and wellness is always fun. And then we have certain VIP. So a couple weeks ago, we had a VIP only talk. So we'll do talks only for VIP. Like the level of information that we gave out today is really meant for just a VIP only call. Just so you know. Right. But we got to entertain the crowd a little bit. They don't know how much we know. So it's like we can't, not that we're suppressing information, it's just when you have a certain caliber of people that's already been through the training, I don't have to answer these crazy comments inside the thing. I just told you the platform is linked to buy Ripple. And they're like, yo, what's the platform? Like, I'm not doing that with y'all.
Right.
Let's replay it again, man.
It's dead. Nah, but just just to keep it strict, it was leverage trade calls. We give you spot calls, premium Discord, coin market cap watch list, health, wellness, and mindset discussions, live sessions, live video calls.
And we're going to be breaking out projects, right? Certain spots to go to them first.
And I actually dropped something yesterday for everybody that's already in the VIP. I got a gym yesterday. It was up, I think another 10%, I think, today.
Yeah, so things like that. So what we'll do is we'll drop them in the VIP spot first, and then we'll talk about them later. Just had to be, you just got to be there to know. But the spots are going to be big ones now, guys. They're lining up, and we're heating up now. Like Champ said, he's back cooking. We got some, we got some alliances.
Absolutely.
About to get back in them streets again.
Yeah, nah, man. Steve lit the fire, man. He pressed the button. He said, "Yo, it's go time." So now I'm back charged. So you know what I mean. The top spotter is back in the building. I got y'all.
Oh yeah, I got you guys. So yeah, that's what's in the VIP. Champ, you want to drop in the link to the VIP? Hold on, I'll do it.
Got you. Want to be able to invest in a housing project with you, Detroit Investments. Steve, I'll let you handle that one.
But before that, Rig, he asked about he said he got his guys driving the Ubers and all that. Yo, it's dead. I'm just talking about the future of it, not so much right now. You got self-driving cars, you have this technology in crypto that's allowing for people to set up ride-sharing businesses. There's a whole ecosystem behind it. Stuff's about to be big, man. This just think about it. We're in our fourth industrial revolution, right? And every single one prior to it has been, there was one common denominator, and it's always technology. So you tell me what other technology they building out here and they talking about, and I'll wait. And it's not artificial intelligence. It's not. That one's going to crash and burn in a minute.
Yeah.
It's going to be here for the long term, but I'm saying that all the little guys that are in here doing all this, whatever, they're about to wipe all of them up. Because you're starting to see it. The stuff's being integrated into the Googles, the Bings. Once it's in your browser, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere, yeah.
In your email, I'm seeing this thing popping up in systems I'm working on. I'm like, what, AI photo? You click and it's like you just write the description of what you want in the photo. I'm like, you kidding me?
Instagram, they just integrated that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
AI stickers. It's everywhere.
So yes, that AI does have something to do with this fourth industrial revolution, something that's going to disrupt a whole lot of industries. But this crypto one here is like, this is it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the magnitude of it is what is surprising me more and more now when I'm going back to look at it, because I'm different than what I was when I was in 15. Like, yo, some good shit that's going to come out of it. And then you got to pay attention to the opposite side of it. And it's like, these fucking guys, man.
Yeah. That balance, you know how that go.
Yeah. So next week we'll do some personal viewpoints. Let's talk about it. I'm not running away from some of the biggest topics that are out there, only because they're affecting my children. And they got to live out here way longer than I do. So I'm not gonna compromise on certain values and just truth, right? You are who you are, the way you were born. That's it. Anything else is cry for help. It's mental health. I got you.
What she said, life is hard, bro. Put on a helmet.
Put on a helmet. Too pregnant for this.
Right.
Yeah, that's a t-shirt, man.
Word. Life is
Lady should be champion right now, man. Like, yo, sit your ass down somewhere, man. Stop.
word. Wow.
These kids, man, and their language, man. Like, shut the fuck up. That's what I be wanting to. That's the type of energy I want to be on, man. Just straight ignorant. Shut the fuck up. Aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what comes after that.
Yeah.
Like, sit down, go home.
And people being cowards, man. They not speaking up, man. You know what's
But
right.
it's not their fault though. So I'm gonna drop you guys a link to a video before, like, anything that we have that's close to the topic. I want to give you guys, good information on it, and in a way that people aren't telling the story, right, of the times, right? Because he who controls the media controls the minds. So actually, let me give it to you now. Yeah, this is big, guys. It's affecting it's in my kid's school. It's like, put that shit away. Just don't even address it. But, kind of one of those things you just kind of leave alone and it goes away.
This ain't it.
No, this is definitely not it. But this right here is definitely it, though. Wow, they just dropped something new now. So Canada, last thing too that you guys got to pay attention to, Canada is going to start to regulate podcasters. Yo, these people are crazy.
That's nuts.
Right? Think about that. Podcasters are going to be the wealthiest people in the field. Like, the next set of multi-billionaires is going to be podcasters. Powerful. They have cult following. Like, people line up and really believe, right? A lot of the stuff is authentic. It's not scripted. So when government is coming in to regulate stuff like that, because now we're talking about the internet, but that's still Canada. So I don't care what y'all talk about, free healthcare. Y'all bugging.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had to, get that. So that's what the free healthcare is for. Good luck. I'm out. When it's gonna flip, well, we gotta wait for this election cycle. Is gonna be crazy right here, because this is the day of artificial intelligence. So they're gonna be laying down all types of lies and who said what and who didn't. They sounding crazy now anyway.
Yeah, the circus just getting started.
Yeah. So I would definitely say after that, but we always said from 2023 to 2020, 24 and 25 is going to be hell. That's going to be that's the height of the financial revolution right there. This is when you start to see people flexing their muscle with the technology, with the change of guard, in respect to who's using the dollar, who's not. Right, the G20 has its own, the World Economic Forum being tied to the G20 leaders.
Mm-hmm.
As they're talking about, as powerful as making people go away if they don't conform to the agenda. So I just want to see how Africa is going to handle, like, same-sex marriage and those type of things, because they don't look like it's faring well now. So that's a big one to follow, guys. How Africa makes it out of this with all the emerging tech and the opportunity that it has. From what I'm hearing, the political powers sound like I see a couple young brothers coming on the rise too. So I think that's definitely something that we all need to look at in the sense of just offshore investments, right? Because for so many years, our counterparts were able to do this. Now they're inviting us over and showing love. So, that's a journey I want to take for sure. Next year, I was trying to get there this year for a gold mining project.
Yeah.
But the time just goes. So for sure, next year I'm touching ground out there and I'm bringing energy.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was a link. I think you said you were about to drop.
Throw it off cue.
It's all good. Crazy. Rick still.
Hey, Mary, if you aren't here and you paying attention, you find that link.
Was that the one about Canada?
No, this was about the pronouns and all that stuff. But
Oh,
I didn't see all of it. I was hearing, like my wife gave me a nice playback,
mm-hmm.
um, and she's pretty high level. It shows you, what some adults now that were in that same situation that when they were children, it just unravels the whole system, and that's just coming from the top down. But the common thread in it for me is there's a lot of people that aren't speaking up out of fear of losing a license, or I'm just like, yo, that is the worst type of, I'm be honest with y'all. And those, whoever it hits home with, it just hits home with.
Mm-hmm.
You see something, say something. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about like street code, like, oh, you committed a crime and, you're pointing, doing too much. I'm just talking about like just some, like you walk into a room and you saw something and you can't unsee it. And now you got to live with this shit every time you close your eyes. It's like you put yourself through more hell. Do not give somebody that much power over you.
Mm-hmm.
Can't find this thing. But here, I'm gonna drop the link to the page.
Yeah, that Canada situation is nuts.
Yeah, they're so dumb.
I'm looking at it now. It said it even extends to the people who are operating podcasts within Canada, right? You don't even have to physically be there. I'm like, what? All streaming services that operate in Canada, not those physically based there. That's nuts.
Oh, here it is. Got it. Listen, guys, it's worth getting a membership to this. I promise you. You can cancel everything else.
Oh, Epoch. Yeah.
Let's
Epoch.
go.
Let's go.
It was a good day, man. I came, I went to the beach, got some good vitamin D, charged up, came back and served the people.
That's it.
I can ask for nothing else right now, man.
It's no better.
Being honest, I just had some watermelon juice when we first started. So you know what it is.
Yeah. Golly.
Or
Yeah,
the late now the watermelon that just came out. I don't know, man. I juiced it though.
yeah.
Um, and that's it. I'm done.
All right, so shit, I ain't gonna keep him. Steve, if you don't got nothing else.
Oh, real estate. Yes. So next month I'm doing a tour in Detroit, and I got two projects. I don't know why the hell I'm taking my time on it, but I have two projects, and I could bring guys in for sure. But I'm doing a tour next month, and it's going to be wrapped around real estate and healing. So you're getting a 2-for-1. So I'm gonna show you the city of Detroit. And then for those who want to partake in some some healing practices, this is gonna be a good one. I'm looking forward to that one. So you're gonna come back a lot lighter, but fuller. But I'll give the rundown prior. I just don't want to go into too much detail right now. That's an off Zoom conversation. What about helium without having to purchase? You in the VIP, T Bennett? I think you are. Yeah, I'll drop that in the VIP. I've been meaning to drop that. I got you. It'll be dropped in the VIP this week. I honestly thought I did it, but you're right. Super easy though. My guy. Yeah, I appreciate all the support. So the $97, listen, just get that to a couple friends and just tell them stop playing. It couldn't be any better. And if you got through it, I want you to go back in it because there's some gems in there. It's definitely tighter. I got nothing left, bro.
All right. Yeah, nah, listen. Today is the wife's birthday, so I'm out of here.
Yes. I wanted to acknowledge that. So Champ is on here, and it's his wife's birthday right now today. So Morgan, we love you. Happy birthday, Champ. And I was like, yo, either way. I'm like, yo, I was like, yo, take off.
Yeah.
Champ came to serve. Wow.
Yeah, man. Nah, man, this is what we do, man.
That's the biggest thing right there. That made me happy too.
Well, yo, she was almost in tears, bro. For the arrangement. Oh man, she was almost in tears, bro.
Flower cake. Yeah, as much cake as you do for us, man. That's the least we could do. Um,
She a little overwhelmed right now. So she was like, yo, I'm gonna get to everybody, but she was like, yo, it's just like so much in pouring. She's like, yo, she don't really know how to receive that yet. You know what I mean?
listen, tell her next year we're gonna be in Mykonos.
Oh no, we out of
We're gonna be live from Greece, straight up.
here. We out of here.
Short shorts.
Word. Nah,
That flow.
absolutely.
So between 2024 and 25, guys, financial revolution after 25, all the rules, regulations are set, but most people won't understand what's happening. It should pass them. They ain't got no wealth. They waiting for universal basic income. They can't move, but for 15 minutes, that's the useless side. And then you got the guys that kind of made it out that are buying, we own the businesses, we've automated systems.
Mm-hmm.
The useless still got to use it. It's still kind of the same balance. Just they got a little better on the puppet string part. So, but I ain't the one.
Real talk.
So Detroit, the good thing about Detroit, last thing is they're building and you can start researching it, the Joe Louis Belt Greenway. So if you know the Atlanta Beltline project, they're mimicking it. It's actually bigger. It connects 28 cities in Detroit. It circles Detroit. So we just putting some chess pieces on the board and waiting for the Illich family. Those are the guys that own the Detroit Red Wings, Little Caesar Pizza, the arena. That's the Illich family. And then you got Dan Gilbert, Quicken Loans, Cleveland Cavaliers, right? Dan Gilbert's big Michigan guy. So he's, a lot of these guys are doing that push. So if you know anything about the Beltline, which they have real estate within walking distance, how valuable is that real estate? So there's lots for like $3,000 to $9,000, like buildable lots, walking distance to that particular project.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
major.
listen, come rock with me out there.
Opportunity is heavy.
I'm telling you, I'll even go live through it. But the live never really gives it you got to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's an easy flight. So details are coming out this month. It's going to be for next probably top of the month.
Okay.
Big champ out there too.
Yeah, nah, you know the vibes.
Take them out, man. I'm good. Appreciate you.
All right, peace. So all right, guys, we're getting up out of here. Episode 31, we wrapping up. Greatly appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the energy. Glad we could serve. We'll see y'all on the next one.